brother's bit on the side. Are you chewing?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Have you bought enough for the whole class?
No.
Honestly, can't get the audience nowadays. So Adam, Ashley, Dina and Scott are going to be facing the final eviction of the series. Let's have a little look in the house and see how they have been taking the news.
I don't think you'll have any problems, Scott. I genuinely think you might win this show. I said that to Ashley last night.
I think you will.
I said that to Ashley last
100%
night.
certain we're going this
No,
week.
I don't think you will be.
Every time people are saved, they accumulate.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. What about me?
It doesn't matter what people
Yeah, you've
think.
accumulated lots of supporters.
Scott,
what about me? Like,
it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
Bex is such a big character in this.
It doesn't matter what anybody thinks in here. It's what the public think. That's the people who meet.
I've got more votes than I've like.
Exactly.
No, but no, it doesn't matter about that, Scott. It really doesn't.
Yeah, you do accumulate voters.
Scott, if people love you, they've not voted for you before, so this is their chance to vote.
Exactly.
It's the time to get me out.
It's not the time to get you out. You've not. It's not the time to get you out.
I'm not stressing.
You are. It's not.
I'm just giving my opinion. That's all.
It's not the time to get you out. It's not. It's not.
He's taken it slightly better than he took, having one nomination, though, which is a good thing. Good for you, Scott. Right, now here to tell us what is really going on with the housemates from the White Room to nominations and beyond is body language and behaviour expert Judy J. OK, so Judy, once and for all, please tell me, did Lucas ever stand a chance of walking away with that money?
No, I mean, he should have noticed the first 3 letters of Connor's name, shouldn't he? Because, I mean, Connor conned him systematically and he used body language to do it as well. So, very forensic and very cleverly. OK,
let's watch it on here and I'd love you to talk us through what is happening.
OK. I mean, Connor's hands were already around that button and he didn't even notice.
Okay.
They also started to do, before they even pressed the button, when the money was mentioned, they started to do cut-offs. They did facial covering here. And you can actually see that Connor's is very high. He's really covering a lot of emotion, i.e. he didn't want him to see that he wanted that money. What that led to was the fact that when they got round the button at the last bit, his hands were almost nestling around it, but he did face checking. Now, by doing that, it's as though he was saying to Luke, you're the one that's going to make the decision. It was a very clever move. He just kept looking up as though it's your decision. And therefore, instead of Luke dashing for it, he did this really theatrical gesture. And of course, Connor got in there before he could even get his hands around that button.
Do you think Connor knew all along he was going to do it?
I think he would have known that a decision like that, he would have known what way his loyalties lie. And I think he's implied in all his time in the house that he was Luke's wingman, that he was there as his lieutenant, that he was submissive, subservient, obeying orders. And then suddenly we saw the real side of Connor. And we saw the real side of Luke. I mean, he cried like a baby, didn't he? He wailed.
He was quite upset about the whole thing, wasn't he? I think that's pretty fair to say. What do you think was more upsetting, though, for him? Do you think it was losing the money or the betrayal of a friend?
It was down to his manhood, really. I mean, we know his mantra, which is that...
Ashley's getting really excited over there to say manhood.
This will get worse, Ashley. You know, his mantra is, men want to be me. And then, obviously, Connor didn't, and neither did the rest of the British public mail when they saw that he'd lost the 50,000 quid. So I think that's what hurt. He was no longer this character that everybody wants to be.
So it was the bruised ego?
The bruised manhood.
Don't say those words again, Judy. Oh, my goodness. OK, let's take a look at Dina's behaviour since Luke S. returned to the house.
The motto is, push the button quicker. I'm not laughing at the button, I'm just laughing like normally. I swear I'm not laughing at the button, I'm not, honestly, I'm not nasty, I'm not. If he reflexes was just a little bit faster.
It's just brilliant.
I love
it.
So good. So what do you get from that?
Well, this was a point when, I mean, clearly Luke's alpha status had been destroyed in the White Room, but he was just beginning to reboot, and part of the reboot was because Ashley was doing all these grooming rituals with the shaving of the armpits and the squeezing spots, but that was to reboot his alpha status. It's an animal thing. So he'd started doing this pit-bearing thing. But until Dina started systematically going again for the jugular, I mean, she did 3 really important things. Number one, when a woman wants to flirt, they'll often suck a straw, won't they, and kind of flirt with the guy. She took that straw and she chewed it right in front of him.
Like she was going to just eat him up and destroy him.
Absolutely. Number 2, she then started doing this measuring gesture. Now, any guy that you do that to, particularly that sort of maniacal laugh, will normally say, look, don't do that in public. I mean, you know, I know what she wasn't referring to, but it implied that she was. And then when she laughed, she threw her head back. Now, that was an act of neck bearing. And that's the equivalent to the pit bearing that a guy would do.
Like we saw Luke S doing.
Absolutely. It shows that she has no fear of attack from him whatsoever. So that was her really taking over as house leader at that point.
He took it quite well, though.
He had no choice, did he? I mean, by that stage, she'd sort of wrung him out.
Sarah just didn't know what to do or where to
Sarah was just stroking that fake bird and trying to
be there.
It was a great, horrible battle, wasn't it? But Dina won, I mean, completely.
Is this the real Dina?
I like to think so. I mean, she's been quiet, but I think she's been... it's like her screensaver mode the rest of the time. It's like she's been sitting there, thinking about it, waiting for her moment. And I think this clearly was her moment, and it's going to continue to be her moment as well. This is the vengeance demon has been let loose in the house now.
So the housemates nominated for the final time today. What effect do you think it's going to have on them?
I think very little in a lot of ways, because this lot are like cockroaches, and I mean that in a good way. They're survivors. They've actually managed to sustain a performance of how they want to be seen throughout the entire experience, and now they're almost all sitting on the fence, apart from Dina. And I don't think that's going to worry them. I think now it's just going to be, how will I perform to the final bit?
Could her confidence carry her away too much?
That's the only problem, because at this stage they start doing what's called the reveal, and we start to find out something we didn't know about them. And often we like to find out that we actually love somebody that maybe we've disliked. With her, I think at the moment, I mean, I'm cheering at the set, I really am, it's brilliant. But unfortunately, it could end up with her losing some of the sympathy and the love.
We don't want her to take it too far, do we?
Because if it comes away from her, it will go on to Luke S. And boy, wonderful.
Judy, a pleasure as always. Thank you so much.
Thank
Judy
you.
James. Right, Jamie, I hope you've been taking notes, because you ain't going to be taking my Alpha Crown anytime soon.
Rather you crown than you ring. Thank you, Emma. So last night I got to talk to a man that goes by the name of Zippity Doodah and my old favourite Elaine. Who knows what treasures tonight will bring? Who is first?
We've got Simon from London.
Simon from London. How are you, Simon?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Oh, nice chipper Simon from London. What would you like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about the nominations and the 2 people I think should go, the 4.
OK.
First, Ashley, and I'll tell you the reason why.
Please do.
She reminds me of the British summer weather. She's dull, unpredictable, with plenty of thick clouds up top. She's made little contribution to the entertainment factor because her conversation is limited by a lack of vocabulary. The other person I think should go is Dina. Now, this young woman, when sober, is pleasant, kind. She's come across as well-meaning. But now that Connor's gone, and after a few drinks, I'm afraid she's dropped her guard and revealed her real character, which I think is unpleasant. And she was almost cruel to Luke S., not for the first time. So of the 4 nominated, I think those 2 should go.
I've got nothing to add to that. You said it all in a very succinct way. Good caller, good caller. Good caller. Well done, Simon from London. You sound just like Scott. Who have we got on line 2?
We've got Debbie Duckers from Bolton.
Debbie Duckers? What?
What's up, darling?
Is your name really Debbie Duckers?
It is, sweetie. And your name is?
Good name. Oh, I like that. Did Debs tell you to say that?
Sorry?
That's a good name. That's a good name. What would you like to talk about, Debbie Duckers?
Right. I am really impressed that Ashley's up. I'm definitely not an Ashley fan. She needs to go this week, so please do not vote for her. Do not save her. Get rid of her.
Get rid of who, sorry?
Pardon?
Get rid of who, sorry?
Ashley.
Right, OK.
Not impressed.
Why? What's wrong with her?
She's not a happy bunny, is she?
No, I disagree. I think she seems quite happy, apart from her argument with Dina.
Well,
no one likes the smell of burnt toast.
Dina spoke up for herself.
Well, yeah, but everyone's spoken up for themselves, haven't they? At some point in there, everyone's stuck it to someone else.
Yeah, but Scott should win it.
Oh, OK, fine.
I'm very not impressed that he's up for eviction. Lukesh should be up, but he's been saved, hasn't he?
I know.
Because he didn't win the money.
What can you do? He got a lucky save, but then he could have won 50 grand as well, so, you know.
Yeah, push the button.
Thank you very much for your call, Debbie
Thank you,
Duckers.
bye.
I salute your parents. Who have we got?
Kerry from Cornwall.
Kerry from Cornwall. Hey, Kerry, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. My question is, how do you tweet while you're online, like air?
How do
TV?
I tweet?
How do you like the studio tweet while you're on TV?
By doing it when the producers aren't looking.
Okay.
Are you getting him into trouble here? Look, it's dead easy. It's dead easy. What you do is they're talking to me in my ear, yeah, and when Emma is talking or Alice is talking, I just have a little fiddle and a little tweet, and I do a little picture, and I go, "What's your Twitter name?"
At Kerry One Direction, but then
At Kerry One Direction. You're one of them, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fine, I will tweet you that picture in a minute. That's how you do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
Hopefully you learned something from that. Sadly, that's all the calls we have time for. I think it's not an exaggeration to say that it's not only Team GB that are making historical TV. Viewers at home, you're going to remember this moment for at least 30 seconds. Anyway, whilst I bask in this TV gold glory, here's what happened when Becky and Connor went head-to-head in a battle of best mate or housemate. All the best shows have to end with an explosive season finale, and that's why we've pulled out all the stops for this last edition of Housemate or Best Mate. First up, we have Becky. She's joined by Connor. The loser will get a pie in the face from the winner. Becky, in honour of your love for chicken nug-nugs, we've put a load of them in your pie.
Yes! That can't go to waste.
Connor, in honour of your recent cash flow, you're squaring up against a pie full of money.
Oh, they can't go to waste either.
Becky, nothing is going to go to waste. Becky,
yes.
What is Connor's favourite karaoke song? Is it A, Return of the Mac, B, Return to Sender, or C, Yellow Reggae?
A, Return of the Mac.
That's correct, it is Return of the Mac. Well done, Becky. Connor, what would Becky's porn star name be? Would it be A, Busty Becks, B, Suck My Becks, or C, Becky Boner?
Busty Becks.
The answer that Bex gave was actually B, Suck My Becks. Becky, which famous person would Connor love to meet? Would it be A, Adam Sandler, B, Will Ferrell, or C, Bubble from Big Brother 2?
B.
You're going for B, Will Ferrell. That is
B.
correct.
Yay!
Connor, what is Becky's favourite book? Is it A, The Twits, B, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or C, Marcel Proust's 6-volume epic In Search of Lost Time?
A.
You're going for A, The Twits?
Yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Yes! I love The Twits so much.
It's the guy with the beard, isn't it?
Yeah, it just looks like you, Jim.
What line would Connor use to dump someone?
You dumped. You just dumped. I don't really care anymore.
Connor's kind tactic would be to say, I banged your ma.
I banged your ma, see?
Connor, has Becky ever met the Right Honourable Sid Owen?
Who's Sid Owen?
That a bit.
Yeah, she has.
I'm a bollocks!
Fuck.
Becky, you have reigned supreme and you get to put Connor in his place.
You're not doing it to me.
No.
What? Jamie, you better not.
I'm not going to. I'm moving it out of the way for the shot.
No, don't get hard.
No, Jamie! What?
Do it.
It's gonna do me.
This is ridiculous!
After the break, all the latest news from the house, and Jamie will be going for gold in the reality gallery. We'll see you in a bit.